All right, so when I'll try to retrieve my images from a shoot, I'll put my card in to my laptop, attach it, and I'll go, you know, I'll go straight into Lightroom, right? I'll go straight into Lightroom, and this is how Lightroom is designed to work. You don't have to like make folders or make any extra stuff. You just have to go straight into Lightroom and go straight into import. See this button here at the bottom? So I'll click on import, and what happens here is it will show me the card that I have. So the card, this is what I have in the card that was inputted. So I can look at and see which one I want to select. Say for example, if I want to select, okay, so I've done this recent event down here. So I want to select maybe some of these pictures here, yeah. So for example, let's go with, so I may not want to select the top one, so I might go to just destination folder. So it will tell you the dates of when were all these photos recorded. So this was obviously much earlier than the event that I've recently shot last week. So if I want to just get the event, I'll just click on uncheck all and just check the event that I want to record it. So that is the event that I was um, capturing, and I want to process that. All right. So I'll process that. Then once I've done that, I can just click import, right? And that will just retrieve all the photos that were in the card into the date that was um, the photos were taken. You see? So as you can see that all the photo shoot that I had, they are all separated by dates instead of names. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's all, you see, is importing. So everything is imported. All right. And it's sort of the best way to sort of like get everything down, and then after that you start processing them. Okay. So so it depends on how big the event. This was about 2 hours. So it's obviously going to go for a bit longer, and see it's okay. So it's processing and it's all done. All right. So the next thing I'll do is, once it's all completed, the process, I'll know that okay, that is now under this date, like one of these dates here. I don't know, I forgot what date it was, but it will be in the date that it was recorded, right? The next thing I'll do is I will go through them. Let me just see which one is it. Okay, so it's on, I don't know this date, I think it's this, the 8th of the 8th, okay? So that's recorded in that folder. Because I mean, how often do you get like 2 shoots in a day? Not often, but if you do get 2 shoots, you can separate them anyway. You can separate the 2 different events. But as you can see, all the shots that I've done on the 8th, which is this day, is all here. Okay? So the next thing I'll do is I'll go through them really quickly and delete the ones that are bad. Alright? So that eliminates me from, like working out what is important and what's not. This helps you a bit more. So what I'll do is, when you get into this sort of situation, you can rate your images. So when you rate your images, you can rate them 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. These are different amount of stars you can give your images. So what I'll do is I'll say, for example, I want to get rid of all the bad ones, so I'll just rate the ones as the ones that I want to delete. So I'll press and say, okay, that's 1. Then I'll quickly go to the next one. Alright, that's 1, that's crap. Okay, that's just testing 1. So I'll go along and, okay, I want to keep one of that. Okay, I want to keep that maybe. So I'll delete maybe one of that. I'll keep one of both, and then that's, okay, see, that's better. So I'll just delete that one. I'll press 1 again. So I'll go along and press 1 for all the photos that I don't want, So okay, so all that's, okay, I don't want that one, so I press 1, that will keep that. That's okay, that's nice. Okay, so Okay, so that's not bad. Okay, so that's nothing photo. I press one. See how fast I'm going through them. Okay, I press. Okay, that's actually not bad. So if that's not 0. Okay, so you can see that how I process them. I'll press 1 for all the ones that are bad, like that I don't really like. Okay, that's not bad. That's not good. That's so. It's a bad photo. That's okay. So that's Ike.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So okay. So basically, what I've done. Okay. So this is just an example, right? So okay, then it's not a bad photo. So I'll go through them. Once I've go through them, it's probably take me a few minutes to go through the whole thing. Then once what I do after that is I filter the photos. I go down on the bottom right here, and I press filter, and I'll go to rated, yeah, and then I'll press ones with 1 star. Okay, so these are all the ones with 1 star, which the ones that I've already picked, yeah, and I just want to get rid of them. So I just Control All and delete. Control it, yeah, and then I just press delete from this. Because these photos you're never going to use it anyway. You don't need it, so you don't want it in your computer.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste space. Yeah. So once that's deleted, then you can go back to get your filter to 0 again, and now you've got back all the ones that you reckon that is not bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you just got all the stuff that you want to work on, and then that's where you start going through. I mean, it depends on how many you want to give them. You can even count it even more. You can keep going and then press 1 and just delete all the ones that you don't like. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from here, what I'll do next is I will start editing them. Okay. So I'll go through this and then just the normal editing process. I'll go to develop. Yeah. And then from develop here, I can just change, like the temperature. I can make it a bit more bluer, a bit more warmer, or I can change the exposure.
So you use Lightroom Classic.
Yes.
Should I change to
Classic is easier because it's everything's there. It's I found it's the fastest way. Contrast your highlights. Okay, so then obviously if your highlights are too bright, you just push it down. Then it will look like nothing will go too beyond. Or the shadows, if it's too dark, you can increase or decrease the shadow. Then the white, if the white is too bright, but that's nothing there. So texture, so there's a whole bunch of things you can test and have a look. There's even curve, which if you increase the curve here, you can see how it's the becomes brighter. See, brighter that way, punchier. And then if you go down here, it'll be even darker. So this is up to your preference.
Yes.
And there's a whole bunch of change. Okay, now you can zoom in as well and see how clear the photo is. And if it's sharp, that's fine. If it's not sharp, you can fix it as well. Now, if you want to fix, now one thing about the sharpness is sometimes if it's slightly out of the sharpness level that you like, you can go and sharpen it by going under the details. And can you see here under sharpening?
Yeah,
you can increase that. See, it becomes even sharper, but then obviously this is already sharp, so it looks a bit weird. So you don't want to go beyond the red light there. See, if it comes out like that, and this is the radius, which make it even edgier. You see, now it looks extremely punchy and sharp. You see, it looks like it stands out, but this is too much because this photo is already sharp. See, so compare that to if I were to make it less sharp, then it will go back to normal. So this sharpness tool is really handy for slightly blurry shots. Okay. Then once I've done that, then I'll go to the next photo by pressing the arrow. and then I'll see if I need to edit that. But you see, most of the photos, if you take it properly, you don't need to edit it as much. And then this photo would be, say, for example, if you click on her face, okay, this is pretty sharp anyway, so you can't really do much. So it's all about just increasing and decreasing the exposure if you want to, you know what I mean? You can add different fields and stuff. So that's just, then pretty much that is, once you go through all that, you've edited all the pictures that you've downloaded, all right? And then I'm just giving you an example now. So for example now, if I want to export them, once I finish editing, I'll go to...
Where's framing?
Here.
Cropping.
Here, cropping is here.
Oh, there.
So cropping is here, which is part of the editing as well.
Yeah.
So you can crop that obviously according to how you want it, whatever. Yeah. And then there is this brush which is to remove spots. Do you know that this brush here?
No.
So spot removal. Say for example, we click on that, right?
Oh, is that like Photoshop?
Yeah, but it's in Lightroom, like a simpler version. So
Yeah.
what I normally do is I will zoom in first into, say, like a face, all right? So there's a spot here. For example, I want to remove that. I'll press on that, which is spot removal. Make sure the size is appropriate. Like I'll make the size a bit smaller because obviously it's a small spot. And then I'll click on that spot there, right? And then I can pick another spot to replace that, to clone it. So I can pick this spot or whatever, just to get it there. And then now, boom, I pick another spot and I pick another spot there. It automatically will find another spot to replace it. So now if I press that back, all this is gone. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So it's really handy if you want to just remove a few different spots. Like there's another spot down here, for example, like here. I might want to just click on that. Then you pick a different spot there. And if you're happy with what the pick, then leave it. If not, then you can just move it around so that you can get a more sort of like appropriate kind of spot. Then once that's done, then you just press that again, and then you can feather it as well. You can feather it as in make it like the edges a bit softer so it blends in more. And the opacity as well, which is how like transparent it is. Then you press that again, then it's gone. Okay, so that's really handy for removing quick spots and stuff. Okay, so there are all these other things which you can obviously do to the thing, but for this exercise, I'm just going to show you more on the workflow, as in like how I go through one like an event or images. So what I'll do next is for example, I've already edited all my photos, right? So what I'll do next is I will go to back to library. So from library to develop and then back to library. Okay, so when I'm back to library, all the photos, I can get them to be like tile again in the grid. So I press that grid thing and all the photos that I've already edited will be there. Okay, so the next step is I want to export it. So I want to send it to the client. All right. So what I'll do is I'll pick, say, okay, that one. Okay, say for example, usually I'll pick everything, but for this example, I'll just pick, say, 10 pictures that I want to export. So that one up to here.
Did you hold Control?
Yeah, Shift.
Oh,
Shift. Okay. Then that will basically select from where to where, and I'll go to export. Right. Once I'm in export, this is where I can set the images according to the requirements of the client. So usually you set a preset so that you can just export everything with that sort of settings. Like for example, full resolution or web resolution or whatever. But I'll get into that a bit more into that later. But for this exercise, for example, we'll just choose, say, Okay, just like like this said, and I'll probably just get the quality about 75% JPEG. All right, that's cool. And then I'll just go export. All right, export, and then we'll go to then I'll find the spot where I can save it. So I will have a folder, for example, in here, and on desktop I will have like say a folder that is event or something. Okay, so I'll just make a folder here. So like events, like I'll usually put the year 2021, and then I'll put in events. All right. Okay, so that's just the main folder. I'll create another folder for the name of the um, of the event, which is Nora's first birthday. All right, first. And then once I've done that, I press create and open. Okay, so that basically export all the photos that were processed from the camera into Lightroom, edited, and now export according to what requirement that you have to export it to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all done. So now it's all done. What I do is I'll go, okay, if I want to access the photos, I'll just go back to my desktop and go to my folder, which is the events, and then Nora's birthday, and then just have a quick look and check, make sure everything is, it should all be exactly what you made it to, and have a quick look. So that's the final result. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's done. This is finished, and you can. And the reason and what I do is okay. So it depends on how you say you want to deliver your photos. But usually, what I do is with most events, I'll just do a delivery through VSend it, which you're familiar with. So what I'll do is I'll just open a browser, resend it. You can just put that as a bookmark as well. Really simple. And okay, there you go. It's already here. And okay, where is it? Okay. Alright. Let me just check my internet. Very funny. Why is it not? Okay, anyway, let's try. Okay, and I usually do it as a link because it's much easier. And
drag and drop.
yeah, just drag and drop. Really simple. Okay, so I'll just go and click on that. Easy. Click back on that. And click on that.
Oh, so you drag the photos independently, not just the folder.
You can do the folder as well if you want to. Like, for example, it really depends on how you want to do it. You can do it there's no one way of doing it, because you can do it totally that way. Just there's no use to this what's pet. Okay. Or you can just copy and paste, which should probably be easier. Or just click here, add files, and then you just go to Nora's first birthday, click everything, and then you go open, and that just uploads like how it normally would, and you can do up to 2 gig, which is enough for most events, unless you're doing a full wedding or something. And then you just go up upload. That's it.
Nah, that's like easy.
How do you think? Do you think this is a much faster system?
Yeah, or skip like
500
yeah,
different
three,
things.
3 steps. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 major steps.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just stop this recording now.